Welcome. All right, so here's a fun equation, kind of. So what we have is negative x plus 6y. Well, this is actually a fun system of equations. So we have negative x plus 6y, and all the symbols represented, these are going to be together. Negative x plus 6y equals negative 12, and x plus 6y equals 12. So they're very similar, but not exactly the same. So what we're going to do is to graph these. And I've showed you we can convert these to y equals mx plus b form. However, I'm going to show you a different method, which we call the intercept method. And to do the intercept method, it's pretty simple. But we'll take each equation, and I'll do it on both sides. And we just find the x and y intercepts of both equations. And then we go ahead and graph them. And when we graph them on the same coordinate axis, that's going to be graphing our systems of equations. And where they intersect is going to be our solution. So the first thing we like to do is find the x-intercept. Now, the x-intercept is when y equals 0, right? Because if you're looking at, here's my x-axis. If a point on the x-axis, we know the y-coordinate is going to be 0. Because going from here, this is our origin, which is at 0, 0. So to go up 1, up 2, down 1, down 2. So on this x-axis, y equals 0. The same thing if I have a point on the y-axis, the x value is going to be 0. All right? So just a little important thing. So we have x-intercept y equals 0. So therefore, I'm going to put a 0 in for the x. Or sorry, 0 in for the y. All right? Therefore, I get 6 times 0. So I have negative x equals negative 12. Divide by negative 1. X equals positive 12. All right? So then I go over to positive 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I make a nice big point here. Then we need to determine the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is when x equals 0. So I put a 0 in for x. OK, well, that goes to 0. So I have 6y equals negative 12. Divide by 6, divide by 6. Y equals negative 2. So I go down to negative 2. So for my first equation, that is what my equation, or that's what my graph looks like. Now, let's do the same thing over here. So we'll find the x-intercept first. So what we notice is by finding the x-intercept for both equations, they have exactly the same x-intercept. Now, to find the y-intercept, we put x equal for 0. And I get y equals 2. So therefore, I'm going to go up 2. Now, I connect my x and my y-intercept. And you can see that I have these two lines that are very similar to each other. They're actually a reflection of each other over the x-axis. But they intersect at our coordinate point 12, 0. So that's going to be our solution to the system of these two linear equations. And since we have a solution, we have a consistent linear system. And it is also, since we only have one solution, one intersect point, we have an independent solution. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you graph a system of linear equations. Thanks.